October 2018 BoxyCharm unboxing. So many of you guys have been asking me to do these videos every month. I've subscribed to BoxyCharm for, I would say, like 2 years now, and I think I've only done like an unboxing maybe once or twice on my channel. And many of you guys have been requesting for me to do this and do an unboxing and then try on all the products and maybe create a look with some of the products that come in the box. So that is what we're going to do. If you guys want to see more of these videos, let me know by liking the video so that I know you guys want to see these every single month. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and most Saturdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you guys have not heard of BoxyCharm, BoxyCharm is a subscription box. It is $21 a month and you get 4 to 5 full-size products for $21. Most of the boxes are worth $100 or more. I love getting a BoxyCharm. I have canceled a lot of my subscription boxes, but BoxyCharm is definitely one that I will always keep. Not only do I subscribe to BoxyCharm, but my daughter does as well. She is 15 and she loves getting a BoxyCharm. So I have both her box and my box, and so she did get a few different items than I did, so I'm excited to kind of show you guys the variations between each box. Okay, so the first product that we have here is this beautiful palette from Pure. This is the Midnight Masquerade Face Palette. So this is what this palette looks like. It is super pretty. Now, I try on this palette, and like I said in my tutorial, trying to show this on camera is hard. But there are some really pretty shimmer shades in this palette. There's some blues and greens and purples. I've been seeing a lot of Instagram looks and some videos on YouTube. Most of the videos I've seen, they're using those really beautiful shimmery shades. Today, I wanted to show you guys how you could create a beautiful, like, everyday look using this palette. So what I have on my eyes is this palette. Because it's so colorful, some people I know are not really into the colorful looks, so I thought maybe I would do a look creating something that wasn't as colorful for those of you guys out there that kind of want to stick to like the neutrals but very pretty eye looks. This side is for the face and this side is for the eye, but as you'll see in my tutorial, I used this on my eyes as well today. This palette retails for $38, so it is a $38 palette. So the other product that came in the box is this from IT Cosmetics. This is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. It's a lengthening, conditioning, and volumizing mascara. I've heard so many people rave about the Superhero Mascara from IT Cosmetics, but I've actually never used it, so this was my first time. So this is what the actual tube looks like, and then when you open it up, this is what the wand looks like. Ooh, it's so... like, this is a good wand. Like I said in my tutorial, I like a smaller, more controlled wand, because if I have a big wand, you guys, I have mascara. I end up with mascara all over my eyes. Like, it turns into a hot mess. Now, I will say I have had this makeup on for hours. I would say I filmed it, gosh, I would say maybe 5 hours ago. And I have no mascara on my lower lash line. Like, if I'm not getting those like raccoon eyes on the bottom, then this is not a mascara that likes to bleed on the skin. So just FYI, this has really held up and I'm very impressed with this formula. So this retails for $24. The next product we have here is the Kat Von D. Now, I actually have two shades here, obviously, because one is my daughter's and one is mine. So this is a Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick. Now, these retail for $20, and I got the shade Bow and Arrow, and then the shade that came in my daughter's is Vampira. This is what Bow and Arrow looks like, and that is what I'm wearing on my lips right now. And let me just say this, I've had this on for probably 3 hours. So this lasts a really long time. I'm really impressed with the formula on these. So this one is Vampira? I'm probably saying that wrong, but whatever. I botch everything I try to pronounce. So that's what that shade looks like. And I don't know that my daughter will wear these shades very often. So I'm really, really glad that I have these in my collection. She doesn't normally wear a lot of lipsticks, so I'll probably be keeping that one, but these are very, very pretty. I really like these shades. So the other product that we have here is a Black Bamboo Charcoal Peel Off Mask. This is enough for 2 masks, and it looks like, yeah, you basically just put it on and peel it off. Wow, okay. This is from DERMOVIA, And this is a Lace Uphill Black Bamboo Charcoal Peel Off Mask. These retail for $30. And now the peel intensity on this is medium. So if you guys have sensitive skin, I don't know that you're going to want to use this because I've made that mistake. You know those ones that you see on Instagram where you see them peel the black off? I can't even remember. It came in like a black tube with like a green. If I find a picture of it, I'll put it up here on the screen. But it hurt my skin so much. Like, it peeled off, and I shaved my face. So I was really surprised I still had that much facial hair on my face. But it hurt so bad pulling that off that I literally almost cried. And my face was red the entire next day, and I don't have sensitive skin. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, sometimes it can be sensitive, but it's not like overly sensitive. Just be careful with this mask. The other product, there's two variations here, one that came in mine and one that came in my daughter's. Okay, so this is from Green Clean, and this is the Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. So this is $22, and I actually use Take the Day Off from Clinique, so I use a product like this every single night. So I'm definitely going to test this out and see how it compares to Take the Day Off. So I'm definitely excited to try this and see how this works. Instead of getting this, you might get this from BRIOGEO. This is Don't Despair Repair Strength and Moisture Leave-In Mask for the hair. This is a super moisturizing and strengthening leave-in conditioner that provides repair benefits and beyond. I have used several products from this brand and I really, really enjoy their products. Recently I just discovered their volume spray and I'm obsessed. Like, it takes a lot for my hair to get volume and I'm pretty obsessed with that product. If you guys want to start your subscription and receive a BoxyCharm box, then I will leave a link in the description box down below. Follow that link. It's super duper easy. Like I said, it's $21. Highly recommend. I love BoxyCharm. It's amazing. If you guys want to see me do a BoxyCharm try-on, you have to let me know by either liking the video or commenting, because I always want to do what you guys want from me. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. It opens up like a book, and each side has this like plastic piece taped to it. These are like blush, and this looks like a highlighter, and then these are like blush shades. I did put on my Hourglass Ambient Bronze Light bronzer, so that's the only thing I have on my face so far. So that is what those shades look like for the face, and let me just say, they're super, super pigmented, and like this shade right here looks really, really pretty on the arm, but I'm not so sure that I want to put that on my face. I don't know. I think I am going to go into that like corally shade. I think I'm going to go into this shade right here lightly because it looks super pigmented. And I'm going to barely, ooh, it's super pigmented, you guys. I'm going to, until I know, like anytime you're testing out a product, you want to go in with a very light hand when you're putting anything on the face, whether it's highlighter, bronzer, blush, anything. Go in very lightly, even concealer, even foundation. Go in with a light layer until you get to know that product. And it just, I highly recommend it. This is a lot of product that comes off on the brush. So I'm just going to lightly kind of place this on my cheeks. It is very pigmented, like, whoo, pigmented. I'm just going to kind of take a beauty blender and blend that in. Now, I really love blush. Like, I am a blush girl, but I also like my blush to kind of blend into my skin. So, I don't know. This is very pigmented, and the shade's really, really pretty, but it might be just a little bit too, like, bright. It blends into the skin really good. It's just super, super pigmented. So just be really careful, but I do like it. All right, let's go into the highlighter. I'm gonna grab, that is called Twilight. So the shade that I put on my cheeks is called Hidden Secret. So I'm gonna take my tapered brush from Sigma. This is my F35, and I'm gonna go in and pick up some of that and place it here. It's pretty. It's a pretty highlighter. Now I'm just going to take a smaller brush and go down into the product and just kind of highlight my nose a little bit. It's kind of a gold champagne-y shade, but it's really pretty. I mean, that highlight is really pretty. And I like the way it looks over the skin. It blends onto the skin quite nicely. The brush that I used to apply the blush was the Morphe E4. Okay, so last month we got this brush set, and I have not even had a chance to even pull these out. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't used these. And these are what the brushes look like. So I'm gonna use a few of these brushes to put some of this eyeshadow on. But I will say this palette has pretty shades, but it's almost like you can't create a full look with just this palette. Like, it's a little bit harder to, just because it doesn't really have a transition shade. I think I'm gonna grab the one that we got last month, the Nightingale Pretty Vulgar, this eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna go into the shade Hide and Seek. It's kind of this like nice, cool toned, like taupey brown shade, and I'm gonna use this brush from the set that we got in last month. And I'm just gonna use that shade to kind of help build up some dimension in the crease. I'm not gonna use this palette. I just need a nice transition shade. And I kind of thought it would be perfect to grab it from last month's palette. Okay, this brush is too wispy. It's like really too soft and too wispy. Like, I need a little bit of a stiffness for my crease. So I'm going to take my Morphe M506, and I kind of have that shade blended out nicely. I'm just going to kind of perfect it a little bit. Fill in some of the sparse areas that I need the product. Okay, now let's go into this enchantment right here. I know it's kind of crazy. I just want to go in it. I know it's a shimmer shade, but I kind of want to play around with it and see what it will look like on the eye. Taking the same brush, I'm going to place that over top. I am never opposed to putting a shimmer shade in the crease. Now I got you guys pulled a little bit closer. So I'm just going to kind of build up this shade right here in my crease, and it's actually a pretty shade. It's nice and shimmery, but it's really pretty. Now I'm gonna go into the matte brown in the middle called Sneak Peek, this one right here. I am going to start building up some dimension here on the crease. I kind of like those two shades together, and I didn't think I was going to, but I kind of like those two shades together. I think that looks really pretty. I'm gonna take my Sigma, this is the E55 eye shading brush, and I am going to go into the shade Enchantment, and then I'm gonna go into the shade Sneak Peek. So I'm gonna basically do the exact same thing that I did in the crease right here on the outer corner. Now I know that there are a lot of like really bright shimmery shades here in this palette, but I know that there's a lot of you out there that maybe don't like the greens and maybe don't like the blues and the purples, and you got this palette and you're like, how can I create just a nice everyday beautiful eye look without all those colors? So I know that there are there's a lot of videos here on YouTube for those of you guys that love the color, like the purples and the greens and the blues and stuff like that. So for those who want to make a more natural kind of everyday beautiful eye look with this palette, that is what I am going to do today, because I do think it's very achievable with this palette. And because I'll be honest with you, when I first opened this palette, I was having a hard time trying to be creative because the shades just were kind of all over the place, because this palette is not supposed to be cohesive within itself. It's kind of a palette, I feel like, that you're gonna, as you're creating a look, you can grab shades from this palette when you want that icy diamond bright shade, or this beautiful shimmery green, or the beautiful shimmery purple. That's kind of this type of palette. So I felt like when you open it up, it's kind of hard to be creative and think about creating a look just within this palette. So for the lid, I'm gonna go into Twilight, which is what we used as a highlighter. And I am actually going to use a dampened felt tip applicator, and I'm gonna go down into that shade and pick it up on the applicator and just start placing it on my lid, kind of blending it up into the crease. Now you could totally do a cut crease with this shade. It would be very, very beautiful as a cut crease. I am just kind of creating an easy look. Now I'm gonna go back into my eye shader brush and I am going to go into Enchantment right here. And I'm gonna place that right in the middle of my eyelid, kind of buffing that light into the dark. Okay, now I'm gonna wipe the brush off and I'm gonna go back into the dark matte brown, the shade called Sneak Peek. And I'm just gonna kind of build up that outer dimension one more time. Now I'm just taking my M506 and kind of blending everything out and together. Okay, for the lower lash line, I'm gonna just take my pencil brush from Morphe. This is the E36, and I'm gonna go down into Sneak Peek. And I'm gonna lightly start feathering this into my lower lash line. I'm gonna wipe that brush off and I'm gonna go into Enchantment, just to kind of give that shimmer on that lower lash line. Now I am gonna put on false lashes, but so far I kind of like this mascara. I'm kind of impressed by it. Now I only do a tiny bit because I really don't have the best lashes on the bottom low, but you know, we do the best we can. Now I don't have a lot of Kat Von D liquid lips, so I'm kind of excited to test these out. Of course, I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think it goes better with the eye look that I have going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with the KKW Beauty Nude Lip Liner number 2. And I say that sarcastically because I wear it pretty much in every video. I'm gonna go ahead and put on Bow and Arrow. You guys, I freaking love that shade. That is so pretty. Like, this is so pretty. I like this lippy. This lippy is beautiful. It's like a beautiful matte lip. Now it's dry. It's not sticky. I love it. All right, so let's go through the makeup products that we just tried on. This isn't bad, you guys. I was able to create a nice, like, everyday look, and I hope that helped you guys. For those of you out there that wanted something that was a little bit more on the everyday using this palette, I do, however, really want to try these shades in the palette. I am going to go ahead and swatch it for you because I swatched the face palette, but I didn't get around to swatching the actual eyeshadow palette. Okay, so that's what the eyeshadow palette looks like. And actually, I'm really kind of impressed with the quality. Now, I do think the blush is very, very vibrant. So just like I said, go in very, very, very lightly. Do not go in with a heavy hand on this. You know, take your time, go in lightly, tap the brush off because it is super duper duper pigmented, which is my experience with Pure Cosmetics. So just know that going into it. The highlighter I think is absolutely beautiful, and I do love the way that it is laying on the skin. It's not chunky, it's not sticking to spots on my face. So you know what? I didn't like this palette. I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. I didn't like this palette. When I first seen it, I didn't like it. I was like, oh, Boxy, that is not what I wanted. I was hoping for something with like those fall warm tones, because it is October, because we had such a cool tone palette last month, but I actually really like this palette, and I do think that you'll really enjoy it. As far as the mascara, I love the way that this made my lashes look. So I'm going to continue to wear this. I am kind of really glad they included this in the BoxyCharm this month. These lippies, I'm absolutely obsessed. Who doesn't love that dark, like, maroon shade for the winter and the fall? I'm obsessed. This shade, I am so glad that I got this on my BoxyCharm because this is going to be one of my favorite shades. I can already tell by the way it's looking that I love this shade. So I'm glad that me and my daughter kind of have two boxes because she got something different. She doesn't really wear a lot of lippies, so I'm gonna be keeping hers. But I'm very, very excited about it. This is a good month. I was totally expecting something different. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this BoxyCharm unboxing. If you did, please give it a thumbs up so that I know that you guys want to see these every single month. Let me know in the comments down below as well. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend filled with love, happiness, and joy. I love you guys so much. Bye.